There have been two recent developments which have implications for public bodies and which impose two new statutory duties on public bodies. The first is the recent commencement of the Wildlife Amendment Act 2023, which commenced in November 2023. The second such development was the government's recent publication of the National Biodiversity Action Plan, which was published in January 2024. With climate change being one of the major challenges of our time, and with the Green Party in government, it is no surprise that there has been a focus on the environment and the biodiversity of our environment. That policy focus has now been given legal support by the Wildlife Amendment Act 2023. The Wildlife Amendment Act 2023 requires public bodies to consider biodiversity in their plans, their policies, their actions and their decisions. The National Biodiversity Action Plan is the first such plan which has been published on a statutory basis under the 2023 Act, and it is the first plan which carries with it legal obligations for public bodies. Under the 2023 Act, public bodies must have regard to biodiversity in their decision-making processes. The 2023 Act applies to public bodies which are listed within the Act, and it also provides that the Minister may prescribe additional public bodies to whom the legislation applies. The Act also provides that the Minister may give directions to public bodies in relation to how they operate their functions. And if a Minister gives such directions, then a public body is obliged to comply with those directions. It's important to note that the 2023 Act imposes a second statutory duty on public bodies, and that is a duty to prepare and submit a report to the Minister in relation to measures adopted and progress made by the public body under the Biodiversity Action Plan. That report must be submitted to the Minister within 18 months of the publication of the government's National Biodiversity Action Plan. Therefore, the clock is ticking in relation to public bodies and the time period within which they must comply with that statutory duty. The ultimate aim of the 2023 Act is to ensure that public bodies consider biodiversity in their decision-making processes. The commencement of the 2023 Act, together with the publication of the Biodiversity Action Plan, means that public bodies must now begin to monitor their activities to consider whether they have any impact on biodiversity. We recommend that public bodies start now preparing for compliance with these new statutory duties.